What is going on, YouTube? Brendan from Market Makers, Friday evening, 6:30 Eastern Time. I'm going to give you the update on Bitcoin in the charts. Not a lot happened today in the price action, but we got to look at some things because there's some key things that are relevant here. But also, I want to give you some current news. But guys, real quick, you can join our Discord through that join button right underneath the video. That works with the YouTube subscription that you have currently. Very, very simple to join. And also, I trade my crypto on BITGET. That link is in the video description. Over $4,000 in bonuses, no VPN, no KYC. Awesome platform. Let's talk about the price action. All right, guys, so some news came out this week. There's some big developments in the crypto space. Morgan Stanley issued a report yesterday saying 2 out of the 3 active players in the market right now are institutions. Today, watching the business news, 8 billion with a B in stablecoin redemptions. 8 billion, okay? 2 out of 3 active players are institutions, 8 billion in stablecoin redemptions. And on top of that, Coinbase, the largest U.S. exchange, saying that they have reduced activity. 44% of their active users have left or gone dormant. 44%. It's a huge number. Coinbase missed its quarterly earnings by over $400 million. So they were planning on tripling their headcount, hiring 3 times as many employees, and now they announced they're on a hiring freeze. Doesn't help that their stock is also down minus 75 or 80%. So what does this mean for the crypto space? It means there's less activity, there's less money in the market. And you have to remember, we're trading in a deflating 3 Sigma bubble. We've been talking about this on this channel for months now. I've made super bubble videos, but we're looking for that price wave. We want to ride that price wave up. But let's look and see what the Nasdaq did, because this was very important for Bitcoin. The highest correlation to the Nasdaq in Bitcoin's history is this year, okay? We got a long down thrust right outside of our Wyckoff trading range, and this is good because we got a nice demand wick. One of the 3 primary laws in Wyckoff trading is action, reaction. Your action was a down thrust. The reaction should be to come back up. This is very important to see follow through next week to see if we can roll back up and start attacking this upper trading range to try to get that cup, to get a pivot out and get an excellent bear market rally. Remember, I do believe at the end of the day, we will be going to very low numbers in Bitcoin. And I talk with all of you in the YouTube comments. I know some of you have different numbers. Some of you totally disagree. Some people think we're going to new all-time highs, and that's great. I love all the different opinions, but I do believe we will be legging down below long-term trend. We will have a sub 10K Bitcoin at the end of this, and this is with the markets continuing to decline. They will decline, they will rally, they will decline, they will rally. The closest bubble in relation to this one that we are trading in, remember, is the .com bubble, which took 2.5 years to unwind. And I showed you guys this the other day. This is your normal bull market with a secular bull market in equities. This is still a big move up to your all-time high. Let's see what this is. 940%. Now remember, this is 1,500%. So you almost doubled, okay? You almost doubled your normal activity when the Fed got involved and gave all this money into the marketplace. Remember, the S&P typically returns 10 to 11% in a bull market, and it went up 120% in less than 2 years. There's a lot more to decline. The S&P will find at least 50% down, in my opinion. Why do I say that? Because it did it in 2008. It almost did it in the COVID crash, and it did it in the .com equity bubble, okay, in 2000. So it's done this many times, 3 times basically in the last 20 years. It'll do it again, and the S&P is at minus 19%. So you still have at least a doubling to go, and if you double in the S&P, you're going to at least double in the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq's down almost 30%. So you're looking at a potential minus 60% on the Nasdaq, and I do believe the Nasdaq's going much lower than that. I do believe we will have a third leg down as well, but that may be next year when that happens. So let's look at the price action on Bitcoin on the daily. Very key that we're holding this, okay? This is very key because we have this Ganfan line. And if you scroll out, zoom out, all the way back to the beginning of the bull run like I showed you, okay? Very key to hold this, and it's holding it quite beautifully, quite boringly, but quite beautifully. So we have our line here, and what I want you guys to pay attention to is this 28K. Now, it seems obvious that's support line, right? But on top of that, there's really nothing here beneath us, okay? There's really nothing here. There's nothing to stop this if this does fall through here to really just go down, cut through 25, and come to 23, which was my initial target before we stopped at 25,538, okay? So you have to be very careful here. But what it's doing with the market selling off so hard, with the Nasdaq rebounding hard like that, the S&P was in a bear market and then pulled back out of a bear market. And do we have cooperation of DXY? Yes, we do. The DXY is still ranging in its Wyckoff volatility box. So this is all good. Okay, we are setting up for a rally. And, you know, how strong that rally will be, that is the big unknown. We don't have candles. We don't have anything to look at for volume or anything, but we have fibs. We have price projections. And as you guys know, 31,185, right on top with the Wyckoff box, a rejection point already. 0.5 at 32,991, 618 at 34,798. These are my first three key segments, viewing the market in segments. Very important. And if we go back to that weekly time frame, if we can flip those, I like that 40K 694 where I have my B wave, okay? Again, that is a move up, and then you would see moves down, ABC patterns representing themselves over and over again like we had here. So this is something that I'm watching very closely. If we go to the 8-hour time frame, you can see this. We talked about this yesterday. You just have wave patterns. You see the waves? This is all you're doing, waves up, waves down, and your cloud is getting thinner out here on the 8-hour. That is May 29th. And on the 4-hour, it's getting thinner already. So we have to attack these resistances first on these smaller time frames. And as you can see, I mean, Bitcoin is just waving up and down, hitting the cloud, getting rejected, waving down, waving back up, hitting the cloud, getting rejected, waving back down. And it's going to get to a point where look how thin this cloud gets. At some point, you're going to make an attempt to break out. That attempt can fail, just like it did here, or it can succeed and you can pull back, make your cup, and move up. I really like that 34K target. Here on the 4-hour time frame, that's your 200 and 233 moving down towards that 34K. So this could be your first key test on the 4-hour time frame. Then you got to move up to the 8-hour and then tackle the daily as well. But remember, we're trading with primary trend in the background of your mind. That primary trend is down, but we're looking for that move up, okay? That's what we're doing here. So let's look at a couple of things here, and I'll wrap this up. And I'll put out a video tomorrow if there is any type of major price action. You can see with accumulation like this, everything's pretty flat. You have buying here on your on-balance volume. Volatility is pretty flat. RSX is pretty flat. Volume is below average on some bars, a little bit above average on other bars. Just not a lot happening in the crypto space. A lot more happening in the equity space as far as trying to bottom. And it looks to me like they're very close, okay? Very close. And next week is a fresh week. No equities trading over the weekend. So we will track that as well. Guys, I hope you have a fantastic Friday night. Definitely leave your comments. I appreciate you guys. This channel keeps growing and growing, and it's all because of you guys. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you so much for your support. And I hope to see all of you in the room. All right, guys, have a fantastic weekend. Take care, everybody.